Hey guys, and welcome back to AA Batteries. Today we're going to be going over r/ChoosingBeggars. And now, I've been using Reddit for a while, and this is definitely one of my favorite subreddits, so I'm just excited as you guys are to explore this one. Without further ado, sit back, relax, and watch. Alright, so this story is titled Tomato Gate. Woman loses it over a tomato. First time posting, please be gentle if I've got it wrong. I've worked in the restaurant service industry on and off about 7 years and had plenty of stupid people asking for money off or free drinks, etc. The one that sticks out in my mind is the woman who literally went crazy over a slice of tomato. Let me set the scene. It's the middle of summer. The place I worked at was packed all through the summer holidays. It's a lovely place right on the riverfront. Usually ended up with long waits for food. CB, choosing beggar, is the crazy lady. M is me. She ordered a whole meal for her family, husband and 2 kids. Me, delivering the food to the table. Sorry about the wait, hope you enjoy your food. With a nice big fake smile. CB, what's missing off this plate? Me, confused for a moment, then realized her steak dinner was missing the tomato slice. I'm so sorry, let me just check the kitchen, I'll be right back. Check the kitchen, ran out of tomatoes. It's Sunday and we didn't really have a delivery. Me, I'm so sorry, but it seemed like we've run out of the tomatoes. Can I offer you something else? Onion rings? CB, no, I don't want the tomato. It's supposed to come with one, and I want it. Me, I'm extremely sorry. We didn't have a delivery because it's Sunday, and it's been really busy. Please feel free to have a side or a starter or drink to make up for it. No, I want that tomato. Give me one now. At this point, I'm out of options, and the woman's steak is going cold. Her family are cringing at the scene she is making. CB, I want to see your manager. She's a typical "can I see your manager" type. At this point, I couldn't hear what was being said when she stormed into the pub to talk to the manager. She insisted I'd slam the plates down, which I didn't, and that I was being rude, which I wasn't. I told her that after that she demanded money off her meal because it was ruined from the lack of tomato with her steak dinner. Manager asked if I could apologize. I refused and was laughing at the whole situation over a tomato. I think they gave her some money off just to get rid of her. She left the dinner to go cold and embarrassed her family as for myself and the rest of the staff. We were all gobsmacked at the scene she made. Alright, so this next story is called Ungrateful Mom is Choosy About the Help She Gets. It's roughly 11:30 p.m. where I am. I'm on my way home from a live event, and I stop by a gas station to refill on gas and use the restroom. I park by a gas pump, and I'm about to run into the station to use the restroom when a mom runs up to me. Mom, excuse me, I normally don't ask for this, but I don't have my purse and I have no money. My car's empty and we live in city 5 to 7 miles away. Can you please pay for some gas so we can go home? I was skeptical, but she points to the van. I see there's 3 tired kids leaning against the window, so of course I feel a bit bad for them, and tell her sure after I use the restroom. I do my business and head to the cashier where the mom and the employees. Me. Can you put $10 of gas in her pump, please? Mom, actually, could you make it 15? Me. Okay, 15 then. Oh, could you buy some food as well? We're really hungry and haven't eaten in 11 hours. Me. Couldn't you just go home and eat? Mom. We are really hungry now. Sorry. At this point, I'm done. Sure, get some bags of potato chips. That won't fill us up. How you give me like $10 or $20 so I can grab food on the way? Something my kids will eat? No, ma'am. If you want food, just please go home. I'm only paying for $15 of gas, which is more than enough for somebody you don't know. Mom, so you're just gonna let my kids go hungry? We've had a terrible day. Have some compassion. Or are you some idiot who hates kids and want to see them starve to death? Yes, she actually said that. At this point, I'm tired, and I still have to get gas from my own car. And after hearing the mom swear, the employee at the register has this, what do I do? Look on her face. You know what? Please cancel that order for gas. And ma'am, seriously, just go away. I go outside to my car, and of course she follows me and starts flipping me off and cursing at me heavily. I get into my car, start it up, and she blocks me while I'm trying to leave. Unfortunately, the parking lot is huge, so I just go in reverse and speed around for another exit far from her. I feel bad for the kids. She was real about her situation, but I'm not going to be berated for not providing enough charity. I go to another gas station half a mile away, then go home. That's a pretty crazy story, guys. I usually don't comment on the end of these, but that mom seriously has no boundaries whatsoever. On to the next story. This last story is called, I Don't Want That Gift. Get me something that's 3 times more. Hey everyone, just a bit of background. My mom doesn't go with her friends very much, but when she does, she likes to have fun, so she normally takes around $100 with her, just to make sure she can afford drinks, food, and her portion of the taxi fare to get home. Also, the taxi company that covers our local area is a huge taxi company and covers many other areas around us, and for privacy reasons, let's call the company Elite Taxis. Finally, you might think that it's weird that my mom takes her driving license out her on a night out, but she's just the type of person that always carries ID just in case. All of this information will be important later. So one particular occasion of her going out with her friends, she gets a little drunker than she usually does. So she decides to ring a taxi to bring her straight home instead of getting in a shared taxi with her friends. When she arrives home, she gets the money for the taxi out of her purse and then puts her purse on the seat next to her so she can reach over and pay the driver. But she forgets to pick up her purse and accidentally leaves it inside of the taxi. The next day, she's realized her mistake and she rings Elite Taxis, asking if anyone left a purse in a taxi the previous night. The lady on the phone says in a blunt and enthusiastic voice, "Yes, we have it. Come get it around 5 p.m. and bring ID." We ignore the tone of her voice and went to retrieve the purse. My mom is quite a kind of person and wanted to get to the taxi driver a present for finding and returning her purse, so she brought him a $20 bottle of wine from the local shop. We soon arrive at one of Elite Taxi's local offices, and we walk inside to be immediately greeted by a middle-aged woman playing games on her phone. Already not a good sign. My mom got her attention and told her that she was the one that called earlier about the purse and asked if she could personally thank the driver and give him a gift, which she replied, "He doesn't drink." We said okay, no problem, grabbed the purse, thanked the woman, and walked towards the exit door. After we were leaving, she shouted, "But I could take it," and this is where it all began. My mom turned around, smiled, and went over to hand the bottle of wine. My mom knew she did nothing to deserve it, but gave it anyways as a mean to avoid any chance of confrontation. She grabbed the bottle, looked at the name of the wine, and said, the name of the wine, "Ugh," and then proceeded to hand my mom the bottle back. Me and my mom looked at each other briefly as we were blown away by her rudeness. Despite this, my mom managed to hold in her rage until that woman said, "Can you just give me 50 pounds and return the wine?" First of all, the bottle of wine is already roughly worth 20, and the woman clearly knew its worth as she recognized the brand name, and secondly, she somehow believes that she's entitled to 50 for basically nothing. She wasn't even the one that found and turned in the purse. My mom stared at her in shock and stated very clearly, "I'm not giving you any money," to which the woman replied, "What? You can afford it. You've got more than 50 in your purse. Here's a bit of information. When someone leaves a purse or wallet in a taxi, it's Elite Taxi's policy that the person on reception at the time must open the wallet or purse to find a person's ID and write down their name and birthday so they can verify their identity when someone rings up, saying they've lost an item in the taxi. Also, the employee locating the ID must not steal or snoop. Obviously, we already knew these policies existed because it's a blatant common sense. She eventually came to the realization that my mom was getting really mad and she clearly wasn't getting any money. She then went on to demand the bottle of wine as well as her receipt so she could return it. As well as we'd given her the bottle of wine previously, my mom refused to give it to her, and now we were apparently stealing it from her, and continued to call my mom a thief for taking her wine which she had given back. After her little tantrum out of nowhere, she pulled a Choosing Beggar classic saying that she needs the money as she's a poor single mother and needs to feed her kids. But she seemed to forget the fact that that isn't our problem and she was probably lying anyway. After that didn't work, she turned back to rage, which definitely didn't work out in her favor. Her manager soon acknowledged the commotion and came over. The incredibly rude woman was told to sit down as we explained the situation to her manager. The manager took our side and revealed it was in fact, the Choosing Beggar who was in charge of reception at the time, and she basically had previously admitted to snooping through my mom's purse, despite the fact that her ID is in clear view as soon as the purse is opened. The manager apologized and that she would deal with the woman and said we could leave. We never heard from the taxi company regarding the Choosing Beggar, but we'd like to hope she was at least fired. Also, my mom never returned the wine, and the adults in my family enjoyed the bottle of wine the weekend after. Beggars can't be choosers. Alright guys, that wraps up today's episode. I really honestly hope you guys did enjoy, as I'm kind of new to this. If you did, make sure to let me know, and also, I would like to hear if each of you guys think the stories are real or fake. In my opinion, the fakest one is the last one, but it could also be very real, as that's the perfect type of woman to be a Choosing Beggar. Anyway guys, I will see you again very, very soon.